All right, if you haven't seen, there's already been like a million Cybertruck reviews, and we're in a Cybertruck, so I had to kind of do my own version of a review. I just got it. It's probably been driving it for the last 20 minutes. So we're using it for one of our listing videos on Majeska. We're gonna do like a cool aerial shot of the Cybertruck, driving up the hill, going up to the house, parking it, me coming out of the Cybertruck. One of my friends owns it. He uses it for, for Turo, so he rents it out. So I was able to get it, which is awesome. I put an order on the Cybertruck about 2 years ago. I'm not sure where I'm at in the list, but probably far away. This truck is awesome. I'm a truck guy. The only reason why I don't own a truck is because it's really not kosher to drive a truck in LA selling real estate. So I actually have the Tesla Model X, which is, it's obviously it's a Tesla, but it is a smaller SUV, and I really like trucks. My first truck was a F350 dually crew cab that my dad gave me. Then I had a lifted F-150, yes, lifted with big tires. And then after that, I had two Grand Cherokees, and then now I have my Model X. This thing is really fun to drive. It's really fast. I took it to 115 miles an hour. Sorry, Ryan. And it was like this fast, and you couldn't even tell that I was going that fast in a truck. And this thing is huge. I guess one of the downsides, I guess already for me, is this windshield. Even though it's really massive, and take a look at it, it's the biggest windshield on the market for any car, anywhere. It is the biggest windshield, but it stops right here. So if you're looking over here, it stops right here. On the Model X, it goes all the way up here. So you have this vision of the sky, or if you're driving, through a really cool canyon, you can see the canyon. So I would say the only downside for me compared to the Model X is that I don't have a view up here because it's blocked by this, probably like a piece of metal on the other side connecting the front windshield to the back windshield. But check out this back windshield. It's pretty awesome. So anybody that is sitting back there, and it is a roomy seat back there. I mean, I'm 6'2". I have the seat all the way back on my side, and you have a ton of room back there. So whoever is sitting back there is probably gonna have a really nice, comfortable seat, and they're gonna have an amazing view of the sky or the canyon or the mountains or whatever it is. I can't imagine how hot it'll get in here if we're taking it to Lake Havasu, where I have my boat and I'm towing my boat. And you're in 120 degree weather. I don't know how this windshield is going to act. Let's see. The driving experience is really fun. It's very fast. Obviously, for a truck, it's probably the fastest truck out there. This little small, I think yoke, it's what it's called, steering wheel is kind of small for me. I like having something a little bit larger, especially for a truck. Obviously, I just got it, so I think after a while I may get used to it and I would probably like it. But I think for now, initial impressions is that it's kind of small. The good and the bad thing about the steering component here, which I'm sure you've heard of on other reviews, is that it has some type of special steering where the max steering only goes like 3/4. So you actually don't have to like spin the wheel when you're doing like a U-turn. And the back wheels turn, right? So the back wheels will turn. So it has a really sharp turning radius for a truck, which I think is awesome. I haven't taken it off-roading. I will not take it off-roading because it's not my car, and I'm getting it for free. Thanks, Ryan. He's one of my buddies. The screen is really cool. You operate everything from the screen. The Model X, which is kind of similar to this, and it'll have a similar experience. But this is a lot. I have a 2018. This is a 2024. So this experience is much better. And I think you just have to get used to it, right? When I first got the Model X, it took me about a week. I was not really happy with it for the first week. I was like, do I really like this car? Do I not? And then I got used to it. And then I'm like, I love this car because everything is so automated. And once you get used to all the automation, then it becomes fun. What else? You have this really big area down here. I have all my snacks right now. but I'm sure that you can probably get some aftermarket product here where you can, I don't know, have like a much cooler storage component down here. What else? I'm not a fan of this white. My Tesla X is all black, and I really like that black kind of dark intimate thing. I also have a really nice tinted front windshield as well, so to give me more shade, because it's a huge windshield on the Model X as well. What else? I think the car looks really cool from the outside. I know some people think it looks kind of weird. I like the front of it. The back of it, it's kind of weird looking. It's got a really long side to it as well. But I think overall it's been pretty cool. I've been driving it for only 20 minutes now, and my initial impression is that I really want this truck because I love trucks, and I think if I'm a real estate agent in LA driving a Cybertruck, I think it's gonna be okay. If I was driving a Ford F-150 or a Chevy or a Ram, people are gonna look at you like, what are you doing, right? And it's kind of important. I know it's kind of annoying. You have to kind of deal with that. So I think once my ticket comes available on the Cybertruck and it says, hey, order your Cybertruck, I'm probably gonna say yes to it. I'm probably 80-20% chance that I'll say yes to it because it's really fun to drive and it's got more miles than my X. My X is only a 70D, so I don't get a lot of range. So when I'm going to Lake Havasu, or if I'm going to Arizona to visit my sister or whatever it is, I don't have to be charging it 2 times. I can just charge it once. This actually will probably take me to Lake Havasu on one charge and then charge it there once I'm there. But overall, I like it. I think it's awesome. It's really fun to drive. It's really fast. I mean, like, it's very fast. I'm on the 405 south in traffic right now, so I can't go that fast. We got a view of the Getty, which you can see. But yeah, it's a really cool truck. You do get a lot of attention on the road, which I'm not really a fan of. I'm sure over time, with more Cybertrucks available, it'll get less attention. I don't think I would get I think I would get a wrap around it and make it all matte black, because right now I think the only thing that's available is the stainless steel, which gets really, really hot. So in the summertime here, when it gets over 100 degrees in the valley, it will be very hard to like touch it and close the door. It can burn you. Besides that, I mean, that's my initial thoughts for now. We'll give you a little exterior tour in a second. All right, so now that we've toured the inside and I gave you a little bit of my initial impressions of the driving experience, let's check out the outside of the truck. But first, let's see this amazing property that's coming on the market. An amazing new development by Wiley and James. We'll put a link up here on the video as well as in the description, so you can see all the photos and the video, the walkthrough video that we're gonna do later on today. But we are using my friend's Cybertruck for the listing video today. And I said, you know what, why not? Why don't we just do a full-on review for all the real estate agents out there that wanna know how this would be like to have as a car for real estate agents. I think it would be an amazing car for real estate agents. So you got the frunk. I think everybody has already probably seen the videos of the review, but this thing here, hope I didn't break anything there. Not a lot of space over here. A lot of people just kind of sitting here. I don't know what I would use it for. It's actually a pretty comfortable seat, oddly. But luggage bags, stuff like that. I think this front profile of the car is so cool. The back, not so much, but the front is awesome. And I love this really long light here of the Tesla. It reminds me of that show, Knight Rider. I'm not sure if you guys know, but back in the 80s, I think it was Matt or Michael Hasselhoff, and he had the car with the lights going back and forth. So that's what it reminds me of. Massive tires. This thing drives so well for a truck. It's pretty cool. So the Foundation series are all the I guess like the initial Cybertrucks that have come out. So they have this really, really cool imprinted font there on the truck. It's got a bunch of cameras, touch button. A lot of people complain about this, the fingerprints on the side, which, yeah, I guess it's really annoying. This thing is super easy to clean. We actually washed it earlier, sprayed it down, and just kind of wiped it off. But yeah, you're gonna get a lot of fingerprints here. Why don't we go inside here? Actually, let's do a quick exterior walkthrough and then we'll go inside. So I haven't really played with the back part, but let's see how this works. This goes up. That's pretty cool. So I've owned a couple of trucks in my life. My first two vehicles were actually trucks, Ford F350 and Ford F150. But this is probably the size of my F150, where I used to have my dirt bike in here. And you can fit a dirt bike in here as well. It's got some cool lights. What I love about this is that you can put up to a 220 volt power source here. Not that I would need one, but it also has kind of regular 110 volt outlets. So if you wanted to, I don't know, put like a speaker here and play some music or charge something, it's really easy. And the bed has like a really nice painted like surface, so it probably won't scratch that easily. And yeah, it's got good size. Has these really cool hooks. I think that they probably pull out and they move around. I'm not sure how to do that, but it's got a bunch of little circles on it. So you can probably install some of these so you can hook things in like different locations, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's close this. But again, if you're an agent and you had a bunch of signs, you throw the signs back here, you close this, nobody can steal any of your signs. That's pretty cool. I like that. I have a boat, so I would definitely be using this to tow my boat. It's in Lake Havasu, so it's not like I would be towing it a lot, but I would love to get this truck just to tow my boat, even though my ex tows it, but it doesn't tow it very well. What else? Let's go back here. I love how these doors open up 90 degrees. Like that is really, really cool. Makes getting into it and getting out of it pretty comfortably. And these seats are actually not bad. I'm 6'2".
I'm 6'2".
Wait a minute.
Flashback.
And I never feel like I would be comfortable in that seat. How tall are you? 6'4", 6'2".
6'4" or 6'2", that's a big discrepancy.
What's your name, Steven?
I'm 6'4" on Hinge, and I'm 6'2" in person. This front seat is put all the way back because I was driving on the driver's side. So if I'm sitting behind me and I'm 6'2" and this chair is all the way back, which it is, it's not reclined all the way back, but the seat itself is pushed all the way back. There's enough room. And again, I'm 6'2", and I still have a few inches here to play with. It's got a cool screen here where you can play. It's got, you know, Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Twitch. You can control the AC outlets here as well for this area, which I like. So, you know, it's pretty cool. These don't recline, which I feel like if I'm going to be going on a long trip, it's kind of a little too erect for me. I would like it to be a little bit more reclined, to be a little bit more comfortable. Maybe I put like a pillow back here to make it more comfortable. But overall, I think this is awesome. I mean, the view you have of this is pretty cool. If I was taller though, I'm 6'2" again, not 6'4" if you watch my other videos, 6'2". If I was 2 inches taller, and then I would be hitting my head on this top windshield, or this back shield, or whatever you call it, like the rooftop window. So if you're like a basketball player, then you probably can't be back here. So that's probably the only bad thing. The speaker system here is awesome. It sounds really, really good. And I think that's about it. I mean, it's really, really comfortable. This doesn't come down, or does it? Let me see. Oh, I don't want to break anything. Yeah, I don't think this comes down. It'd be cool for this to come down. You have like a little armrest here. Overall, it's simple. It's plain. There's not a lot going on here. And I think the most important part is that it's roomy. And this also opens up 90 degrees as well. So for like loading stuff, it's pretty easy. These actually come up all the way up, so you can have a lot of space here if you're not having any passengers in the back. So I've kind of given you a little initial impressions of the vehicle. Again, you got your touchscreen here, you have your 2 cup holders, you have a charging pad here, you have room for stuff here. This comes up, and you have more room down here for stuff. Like I have a water bottle and a bunch of snacks down here, so it's a lot of space. And you got a lot of space over here. Look, I love this car. For under 100 grand, I think it's a pretty good deal. I think it goes up to like 270 miles on a full charge, or 280 miles on a full charge, which is a lot more than what my X can do, which is like 180 to 200 miles. And it's fun, it's fast. This will get a little bit, getting used to. I think it's called steer by wire. But I think over time, I think it'll be a lot easier to drive. And I think that's it. I think it's an awesome truck. Anything else I should talk about? No? Okay, cool. All right, if you have any questions, I don't really do car reviews, but I love the Cybertruck, and I've already seen so many reviews. I'm like, you know what? I'll give my 2 impressions on it. I love it. I think it's a phenomenal car. It's, I watched the video of what it took to design this, and it makes you appreciate all the engineering that went behind this truck, and you can tell it's a really cool truck, and it really is changing the dynamic of the trucking industry. I know that Ford F-150 is like the best-selling truck for so many years. I think this is going to take it once it's mass-produced and everybody can buy it. It's a really fun vehicle. All right, guys, see you later. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Leave a comment. Let me know how this review was, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, or if you should say, Paul, stop doing car reviews because you suck. That could be also a good comment as well. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.